What's up everybody, this is Danny. Today I'm going to be taking a look at gaming on the new Moto E. Now this is their brand new budget phone that comes in $50 cheaper than their Moto G at $129, but you do get some sacrifice on performance because this thing is being powered by a 1.2 GHz Snapdragon 200 processor with 1 GB of RAM and a single core 400 MHz Adreno 302 GPU. Now that doesn't sound too powerful, right? So let's see if you can actually game on this thing. I think you'll actually be surprised. I've been testing this thing for a couple days now, and if you're a casual gamer like Candy Crush or any of these little puzzle games, the Moto E is going to have absolutely no problem playing these games. So if you're just one of these casual gamers, then don't worry about the gaming performance whatsoever. So what if you get away from these puzzle games and start to play some intermediate type games like Punch Quest? I mean, Punch Quest is kind of a waste of time here, and it's just basically a fun game that I like playing. It reminds me of like old school TurboGrafx 16, but it's just basically a beat 'em up, but it's fun. I mean, trust me, play this game and you'll see what I mean. It's just a time waster, but I love this game and it plays no problem. If you can see here, the frame rates are very smooth on this and the touch response is great. So if you like to play games like this, the Moto E is handling this without an issue whatsoever. Let's get a little bit more graphically intensive. Temple Run is a very popular game and a lot of people like playing this on their device, and I found it to be very smooth as well. As you can see, the frame rates are very good and the touch response is also good. So the Moto E is capable of running these intermediate type games without a problem. So let's get into something a little bit more graphically intensive. Let's go ahead and play a little bit of Riptide GP2 on the Moto E. Now this is fairly graphically intensive, right? I mean, we run this on our flagship devices. I use this a lot to show gaming demos on my reviews. Now on the Moto E, I was very surprised. I expected it to lag, I expected it to not play very well, but let me show you, it actually plays very smooth. It's very playable on the Moto E, and the accelerometer works well. I mean, this is like an experience on any other mid-tier to high-end phone actually. It plays very well, very smooth. So I'm gonna just let this play, and I'm also gonna show you how good the front firing speaker is as well for gaming. Now the Moto E is not going to replace your high-end device, and I want to show you where the Adreno 302 GPU struggles a bit. This is Dead Trigger 2, and this is a very graphically intensive game, and even here on the maps where you're scrolling around, it's already dropping frames, it's stuttering, and it's not looking very good right now. And the reason why is because the game is defaulted to the high graphics setting. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on that setting, and look at how slow the frame rate is. The touch response isn't that good. It's not unplayable, but it's definitely not a good gaming experience. It's the same thing with any other graphically intensive game, even Riptide GP2. Make sure you put it to the lowest setting so you can get the smoothest experience. Now look at the difference when you put it to the low setting. Now it's a playable game. Yes, the details aren't as good, but now you're running Dead Trigger 2 on the Moto E. And this is very impressive because there's other budget phones out there that cannot even run Dead Trigger 2. So for me, this is very impressive. So what do you guys think about the gaming on the Moto E? I think it's very capable for such a cheap device. One of the largest limitations on the Moto E is the 4 GB of internal storage. So once you run out of space, you run out of space for games. Now, there are some games that allow you to move to the SD card, which the Moto E does have. So props to Motorola for putting in an SD card slot for cheap expansion. So what do you guys think about the Moto E and the gaming? I think it's actually a decent experience. It's got an adequate screen. I like that front-facing speaker for sure when it comes to gaming. It's pretty loud, and I think that the GPU is fairly capable at its price. So long as you put the graphic settings to low, I think you can pretty much play whatever you want on the Moto E. Of course, it won't run everything, but I think for the casual gamer, the Moto E is a go, Flossie Carter style. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more quality content, and make sure you give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.